Tell you what, there's a couple of ready when you want. And go ring. Come on, boys, to that. Come on, boys. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Come on, boys.
Wednesday get us underway, working the ball back here to Glenn Louvens, who just tosses the ball forward up towards Atinuiu, just headed away by the Leeds United defence, just smothering the ball, goes up towards McCormack and then touched on by Austin in the Leeds midfield. It's up in the air, headed back to his keeper though by Chris Maguire, and it's a capped Chris Kirkland who's taking the ball down here. He's got a white cap on with his green jersey. John Pearson joins us as always.
Can you hear me?
Just about. Say hello.
Yeah, well, that was just strange that Chris has got the cap on. There's only the 6-yard box at that end of the pitch that's covered by the sun, but obviously he needs to use it.
He's prepared for the occasion. Decent atmosphere as well. You can see plenty of colours on all sides. This Yorkshire derby, it's sure to be a feisty affair as Chris Maguire just takes the ball away in the right back position and just makes room to get the ball down the side for Atinuiu to chase after this one. We'll recap the teams for you as Paddy Kenny takes possession, the Leeds United goalkeeper. He works it forward towards Peltier, but goes over his head. Really Johnson gets a touch, goes down towards Magoma, who falls to the turf, but no foul as Peltier gets stuck in with a crunching tackle on Semedo. It's no foul though, and Yera, without the head guard, once again clears that ball, and it's put back to his keeper there by the Leeds left back, Danny Pugh.
Oh, good spot that. No head guard.
He didn't have it for the Macclesfield game either.
Right.
It was almost like a comfort blanket, I think, for him, or maybe a good luck sort of thing, because he got an injury back in our League One season, and then he carried on wearing it.
Ago,
yeah.
So was that down now with Magoma?
It was Magoma after that tackle by Peltier. He's holding the back of his head, isn't he? I don't quite know how he's done that. So let's just tell you the teams while we're having this treatment, obviously on the Wednesday winger. Chris Kirkland in goal, then a defence of Reader Johnson, who plays at left back. At right back is Liam Palmer. Wednesday centre halves are Yera and Louvens. A midfield of Semedo alongside Kieran Lee. Out wide it's Chris Maguire and Magoma. Up front Wednesday go with Atinuio and Connor Wickham. The Leeds United team is Paddy Kenny in goal. Then we think it's going to be three defenders, Zaluska, Pearce and Lees, with Peltier and Pugh obviously defending and getting back when they have to, but trying to get forward as well. Then in terms of their midfield, well, they've got Austin and Mowat with Stewart and Kebe out wide. They've just arrived on loan from Hull City and also Crystal Palace respectively, with Ross McCormack leading the attack. Still down, isn't he?
Yeah, getting a little bit of tension. I must admit, I do like three at the back. I do like that. I think when if you've got two wing backs who can fly up and down, you know, if you're under pressure, you can make that five at the back. You can change that system so quickly, and it's a good way of playing. Be interesting to see how we combat it. Hopefully, we'll try and get down the side.
I was chatting to Eddie Gray actually before we started on air, and he was saying that they're playing three centre halves because they can't play with two because they're not good enough. A bit slow at the back, and he's a bit wary about this game. He doesn't think they've been in good form at all, Leeds.
Right.
It's thrown backwards here towards Paddy Kenny. As I say, boosted by that double addition out wide. Kebe's been a good player over the years for Reading particularly, and Stewart's started off at Man United before moving to Hull City. He's been at Charlton this season as well. Kicked away by Paddy Kenny, who goes long. Pleased to say that Magoma is fine and back on the field. Kieran Lee got stuck in there, worked it back towards Liam Palmer. It's turned forward by the Leeds centre-half, Lees. Went in the air, and it was put away by Glenn Louvens, out for a throw.
If you look at them now, it actually looks a 3-4-3.
Yeah, I think they will change as they kind of go on from what a few of the guys in the press area were saying from Leeds' perspective. It's Atinuio who works it through. That's a great ball in towards Magoma, who falls over at the key moments as the goalkeeper came out. That allows Paddy Kenny to take possession, but he just sort of lost his footwork.
Yeah, it was a shame that, because he did take it well originally, but I just think he was struggling for his balance all the way through, and he just couldn't keep it. Terrific play from near heel.
Ball played into the big striker. Nuio just tries to control it, but his touch wasn't great there, and that allowed Pearce to get it away. Kick along in towards McCormack. They're just trying to lay it off there for Mowat. He tries to battle on.
Nice ball.
Wednesday got it back in towards Connor Wickham. The ball was just taken off his toes quickly by Austin. And again, Leeds United coming forward. Good crunching tackle by Glenn Louvens. Now Semedo. Semedo celebrating his birthday today. He's 29 years old. Out towards the right-hand side. It's with Chris Maguire. Maguire goes inside, finds Semedo. Looking to lay this one off towards the left-hand side, finds Reader Johnson. Reader Johnson just plants the cross into the box, in towards Atinuio. The header comes in, but it's ripped well wide of the target. It'll be a goal kick.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's a decent cross. The heels attacked it well. And more importantly, Chris Maguire did really well down that right-hand side. He's looked to take his wing back on. He's gone past him, found a player. Nice start by Wednesday.
Paddy Kenny then will look to smack this one long from the clearance. It's a right-footed clearance. It's gone out towards Peltier. He flicks it on, but it drifts out of play. It's going to be Wednesday throwing in front of the south stand, which Reader Johnson will take. Remember, Reader Johnson made his return from an injury layoff for that, was it the second game of the season? And he had a big impact when he came on. Starting, of course, regularly these days, having put his fitness problems behind him. Lifted forward by Reader Johnson, but it's come off the Wednesday fullback last. It will be a Leeds throw-in near the halfway line. Leeds wearing a kind of, well, what colour would you say? It's sort of a mucky yellow, isn't it? That it looks like it's
an off yellow.
Yeah, looks like it's been tangled in the wash and it's a bit dirty. Ball just goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in, which Reader Johnson will take for Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, good work by McCormack there to stop the ball going out for the goal kick. It means Wednesday have got to throw in. Wednesday attacking the Leppings lane end in the first half.
Certainly he's a threat, isn't he, Ross McCormack? We saw that with his goal when he was running it to
It's a foul.
Zayet.
Oh, Reader. It was a foul, Reader.
Yeah, he's just barged into Jimmy Kebe there. And they're looking to take a quick free kick, but they won't do.
Yeah, I think he needs to decide when he can win the ball and when he can't, because unfortunately for Wednesday, Alex Mowatt's over that and looks like he's a left footer. He's going to bend that in. Wednesday have got to keep a high line. I would try and keep as close to that 18-yard box as I can and let Chris Kirkland deal with anything. And hopefully catch Leeds offside.
Well, Mowatt's a bright young player who, as you say,
situation.
has the left-footed delivery to bend in towards the goalkeeper, but he watches it all the way.
That's great. That's great organisation because there's nobody. There's nobody quick enough to get on the end of that ball if you keep that high line.
Knocked down the line for Jack McGoma. Won't get that ball, unfortunately. Connor Wickham trying to pick him off. Went out of play, and Leeds have got on with things, working across the back line with Tom Lees towards Peltier, who tries to knock it down the line, but it was blocked off by Chris Maguire, who's just switched sides at the moment. Also, McGoma had gone to the other side. Atiyuia might get in there. Tom Lee showed a bit too much to the striker, who slides in and makes the tackle to get the ball back for Wednesday. Here's Semedo. Semedo in towards Chris Maguire. Cuts in and tries to work it towards the right-hand side. He couldn't quite find McGoma.
Well played.
Lovely bit of silky skills, though. He works it off towards Connor Wickham. Right-hand side, tries to cross it. Hits the legs there of Danny Pugh, who puts it away. Going to be a corner kick.
Wednesday have certainly made the better start in this game. There's 8 minutes on the clock. It's been all Wednesday possession so far.
It was actually Jason Pearce who made that intervention rather than Danny Pugh, who's just standing near the post trying to mark Connor Wickham here. So Chris Maguire with the corner kick for Sheffield Wednesday. In front of the Leppings lane, plays it in, it's cleared away.
Oh dear, where was somebody on the edge of the box for that knockdown?
It's going in towards the front post, but Leeds have got it away. Pugh slides it across towards the right-hand side as Leeds United attack the Kop end. Jimmy Kebe works it inside, gives it to Mowat. Mowat tries to return it to Kebe. The former Reading man tries to send the cross into the middle. It's a flattish one, which is cleared away on the left-footed take by Yera, first time.
Oh, linesman, that's...
What's he given here?
Very harsh. He's given on ball. Linesman down here in front of us gave it. Thought that was good play by Nuiu.
Yeah, he just brought it out of the sky. I didn't think he used his hand to do that.
Linesman gave it. Linesman gave it.
Don't forget, you can get in touch with us throughout the commentary. It's your say at swfc.co.uk. Let us know what you're up to, where you're watching the game or following the game. I know it's being broadcast, of course, so you might want to turn down their sound from Sky and listen to us. Get the best of both worlds as the ball is just knocked over the top and it runs through for Paddy Kenny. Good idea, though, trying to find Connor Wickham, but Kenny was out swiftly.
Yeah, it's probably too straight ball for a straight run. Got to be absolutely precise.
Paddy Kenny goes along with that clearance, but it should be dealt with here by Louvens, just touching it back towards his goalkeeper. Chris Kirkland gets it away. Not a great clearance. It went to Mowat, came off his chest, but Wednesday again in sharply with Chris Maguire. It's a free kick. Maguire is fouled. Looks like Liam Palmer's going to take this one.
Well, Reader could be the target on the diagonal.
It's played in by Palmer. He's looking for Reader, as you say, who heads it across towards the middle area, just outside the box. But Kebe's brought it down here. He's headed it away, but only as far as Semedo near the centre circle. He has to go backwards, gives it to Liam Palmer, right-hand side. Palmer comes inwards and then lays it off towards Ryder Johnson on the opposite side.
Great ball.
The left back just slots it down the side, finds Connor Wickham, who's looking to try and use his strength, wasn't he, to get past Tom Lees, but he stuck to his guns and it's out for a throw.
It's a long one. But this is where Liera should really be looking. We want Liera up there, or Louvens, or certainly...
Well, neither. They're both staying back at the moment, so...
Reader's the target, obviously.
Perhaps they're just a little bit wary of the pace and threat on the break of McCormack. It's thrown in towards Reader Johnson, half cleared away. Semedo's trying to battle for it, so is Kieran Lee. He heads it on, finds a Magoma, tries to work it through, but Reader can't quite get there in through the gap. But it was very sharp from Paddy Kenny. He tries to kick it long, but offside is Ross McCormack.
Well, that was great play by Louvens and Liera, both stepping up just to catch McCormack. He was fractionally over the halfway line. You can't take an offside from there, Jose. It's got to be there. That's better. So it was really tight, but McCormack had just gone, and Liera and Louvens alive.
I was listening to Stephen McPhail talking before the game, and he was saying about obviously Stuart Grain, how much work he does on the training ground, and really planning things out and knowing what the opposition's going to do and how they can nullify them. I'm sure that they've done their homework on the likes of McCormack, because he is such a big threat. Wednesday have to do some defending here, and it's headed up in the air there by Liam Palmer. He chases his own ball and he keeps it and he knocks it on. Well, it won't quite run though for Connor. He was just waiting for that, but it was straight to the goalkeeper again. Just a waste of the free kick, I think, originally. Well done, Reader Johnson. Reader Johnson got in there ahead of Kebe. Yeah. And Wednesday again looking to pressurise and get in quickly, and forced a mistake from Leeds United. Lees pops it long, but Yera should deal with this one. He's just trying to watch it out, but he can't afford to do that with McCormack, and he's then just grabbed hold of him. It's a free kick, and he's likely to get a booking here. He knew he'd turned him. He can't afford to take the chance with a player like that on his shoulder. That's the second time he's tried to let that ball go out, and I mean, hopefully he's learned from that. I like Miguel Liera, but he just looks a little bit nervy at the moment. He tried to let the ball go out for the corner and for the goal kick earlier on, and McCormack did exactly the same thing, just nicked it off him or helped out and it went out for a throw. But that time he'd got away from him. Well, of course, he's getting his chance once again in the Wednesday first team, because Roger Johnson has moved on after his loan spell. Martin Taylor's also out injured. The ball gets popped into the middle. It's headed away by Atinuiu. Great header there from the big centre forward. Magoma tries to touch it on for Connor Wickham, but Wednesday give the ball away. It's back with Kebe to swing the cross in into the middle. The header comes in from the edge of the box, and I think it might have been Pearce, the centre half, who's failed to hit the target. Yeah, I thought Leeds looked a little bit nervy as a team, but Miguel certainly looks a little bit nervy at the back, and just needs to settle down. As I said, I think Wednesday probably had the better of the opening quarter of an hour. So it's going to be a goal kick for Chris Kirkland to take. Just whacks this one long, right-footed towards Atinuiu, who's won his share of headers in both boxes so far. Leeds have got it back again though with Kebe in towards Peltier, down the line. Gives the ball towards McCormack, finds Kebe. Louvens is across and watches this one. It's a goal kick. It's just a goal kick. If you're going to do that, you've got to be, totally careful and make sure it does go out for a goal kick or a throw. Just quickly on Roger Johnson, he did great for us, and sad that he's not coming back. Well, yeah, exactly. I thought, it would have been great to have kept Roger Johnson. Did a great, put in a great stint while he was here, and I think all we can do is wish him the best. I mean, he's had an opportunity to play in the Premiership, and there aren't many players who are going to turn that down. But so fair play to him. Here's Atinuiu trying some silky skills. Didn't quite come off for him, but there's Yera to make the clearance. Kebe with the interception. Again, going in for the challenge was Magoma, and I think he's succeeded in getting a call our way. It's just going to be a throw-in. Good strength from Magoma. Semedo works this one back towards Glenn Louvens. Sends it long up towards Atinuiu. Didn't really compete for that one, and it drifts out. It's just got the wrong side of him, and that's I've got no problem with us aiming for Nuiu on the diagonal, but when he's like that, he needs people around him. Somebody's got to be going past him for the flick on, and what you're doing is competing for the second ball. In towards Connor Wickham. Nuyu was linking up there with the man on loan from Sunderland.
So well played again. The two are linking up well. Wednesday back on the attack. Connor Wickham will come across, take the long one. Obviously, they'll be aiming for Reader again, but we've got to get people in the box. We've got 1, 2, we've got 3 now.
We've gone short with it this time, in towards Semedo. Magoma, back it goes for Connor Wickham. You kind of want him on the end of this ball that he's about to swing in. It's cleared away. Now a bit flat, and Leeds was able to make the clearance, and now it's gone back to Leeds United, and it's played through the gap by McCormack. Out comes Chris Kirkland, a sliding tackle. He puts it away for a throw. Couldn't afford to miss that. Kebe was racing through.
That's brilliant goalkeeping. That's exactly what you want. Your goalkeeper playing as a sweeper. That ball goes in behind.
16 minutes of this Yorkshire derby. It is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Leeds United 0. If you're just joining us here on Wednesday Player. None of you have spoken to us yet on the email. You'll say at swfc.co.uk. Great crunching tackle there put in by Reader Johnson, who collides with the hoardings and Kebe. Is it a corner? It is, isn't it, for Leeds United, though? That's the outcome. Might be a short one that's going to be worked here. Well, Kebe was certainly on for that, but they're going to go long. Mowat places it down again for a left-footed delivery to chuck into the box. Plays it now in towards the back post, headed away by Miguel Llera, trying to find Chris Maguire. Peltier's competing for the ball with him, but Maguire won it, and they've worked it out of Wednesday towards Magoma. On the right-hand side is Connor Wickham. Can he run through and put this away? It's Connor Wickham with a strike, just flashes past the post. Kenny with an outstretched right hand, couldn't get there, but it misses the target.
I mean, that's a superb break, and Magoma's done really well. That ball could have just been done with another yard further in front for Connor Wickham. I think it made him slow down just slightly, and it made him go out wide a little bit. If it had been put in front of him, another yard, 2 yards for him to run onto, I think he would have had a better angle. He's nearly finished it. It's a good shot across the goalkeeper, across Paddy Kenny, but he's just missed the target. A good break by Wednesday.
Paddy Kenny then with the clearance, having nearly been beaten. Well, he was beaten, but it went wide of the post.
Well done, Nuyu. He's doing well.
I think he's having a good start to this game. I know he didn't have his best afternoon against Macclesfield last weekend and got a little bit of stick. No, but just I saw a little bit of it on the TV. It was streamed and what have you.
No, I didn't go last week either.
Well, it's a free kick.
I might be the designated driver to Rochdale.
Well, they, of course, knocked Leeds United out of the cup, didn't they, last weekend?
Hey, presuming we beat Macclesfield.
Well, you kind of hope that Wednesday will finish them off, having home advantage. I think first half, by all accounts, we played very well, but then we just lost our way, and in the end, we're grateful to get a replay.
This needs to be around the penalty spot. If any closer, Paddy Kenny's going to get it. For anybody to...
It's floated in by Connor Wickham, cleared away as far as Kieran Lee. Will he strike it? No, he stands the cross in towards Reader Johnson! Wednesday take the lead in the Yorkshire derby! And it's Wednesday's big centre-half who scored against Macclesfield, a safe centre-half. He plays left-back these days, but he's put that into the centre of the goal, and Sheffield Wednesday in 19 minutes lead against Leeds by a goal to nil.
Well, it was as though it was in slow motion.
I know.
You know, he's chested it. The Leeds defence looked at him and were watching him. What's he going to do with it? Well, he's stuck it in the back of the net. That's what he's done. But it was slow motion. He was waiting for it to bounce. He's hit it with his right foot. Didn't seem to make a great connection. So maybe that's fooled Paddy Kenny. But end result, Chris Maguire, well done as well. A great little chip.
Well, we've been saying, haven't we, that Reader probably needs to get a few more goals. It hasn't really happened for him in front of goal this season, but he's suddenly got 2 in 2. And with obviously a need for goals from all areas, we'll welcome that.
Yeah.
You can't say we don't deserve it, though, the way we've started this game.
No, I said we'd looked the most, the better side so far. And there's been a few...
You're right about the slow motion, though, because it was almost like he couldn't believe how much time and space he had. And and then he just picked his spot, coolly stroked it past Paddy Kenny as Kieran Lee gets stuck in there, but it will be Leeds United who get possession with Cameron Stewart, who's not really got involved yet, the new man on the left-hand side for Leeds. We've seen more of Kebe. The Wednesday fans certainly in good voice, delighted at the opening goal in this fixture. I don't think anyone's listening to us today because we've not had one email. I'm shocked. Perhaps they've been caught out because I know we have so many fans worldwide. Perhaps it's a silly o'clock and you've not got up and you're thinking it's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
Who are you talking to? There's nobody listening.
Obviously not. They're all watching it on the telly, not bothering with us today. But Wednesday 1-0 up here. I need to build now on that platform that's been given to them by Reader Johnson. Here is McCormack. Very busy and industrious. Just works that one through the gap. But it's going to be too long, and it's run through towards Chris Kirkland.
Well, the sun's getting narrow at that end. There's only a couple of yards now. Sunshine.
What about the pitch? Because we've had obviously the weather conditions of late.
I have to say, when I set off this morning about 9:15 to get here, and it was sleet, and I thought, oh, we could be in trouble, but
yeah.
pitch looks great.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got patches of sand to contain some of the areas that have been damaged in recent weeks.
I'm not sure who's working on the pitch now, because obviously Steve Kidd is left.
Yeah, they've certainly been kept busy, though, over the festive period. There's Semedo. Just gets possession for Wednesday, works it across towards Reader Johnson, knocks it down the line, and Connor Wickham on the stretch struggles to keep that one in play. It's going to be a throw-in for Leeds United.
Not the greatest ball from Reader. Didn't really give Connor that much chance. It's not really been like a derby, has it? You couldn't say that tackles have been flying in. I think there was a couple. Liam Palmer probably put the best one in over the far side when just straight after we'd scored.
Wednesday again getting the ball with Semedo. He goes down, but he's backed up by Kieran Lee.
Well done, referee.
And Wednesday can take it on. It'll be crossed in from the right-hand side by Lee. It was turned away by Leeds United, and now Mowat tries to control it, but it gets tangled up underneath him. And a crunching tackle, just as you were requesting a strong tackle. We see a foul from Danny Pugh that's going to result surely in a booking. He's taken Lee out there.
I wasn't requesting one. It was
an observation.
An observation, yeah. I'll tell you what. Connor Wickham territory.
You get carded for that?
Yeah, I think he did, yeah. This is a nice... Wickham likes to do it Ronaldo-esque.
Well, let's hope he can have the same outcome as he did, of course, at the Watford game, yeah.
The Watford, I would say, probably on the other side of the box. But Liera fancies it as well. Maguire's there.
You need to do the same as Darren Pearce, where he was talking on the commentary. I was listening to that going, oh, it needs to be a Ronaldo-like strike from here. He thinks he's Ronaldo. It's actually going to be left to Liera.
It looks to me as though it's Liera, yeah. You say Liera, I say Liera.
He's going to take it anyway.
Oh, I would have fancied Connor Wickham myself.
We'll see.
It's not Wickham.
Well, Wickham is actually shaping now, you're right. Maybe we should have gone with the other one.
That wasn't Ronaldo.
No.
That wasn't. But he's tried to bend that. I think when he does the one at Watford, I think he's run at it straight.
Yeah.
And he's hit it with his laces. That was just a chip. I'd have rather Liera hit that than...
That was more like Ronaldo, the former Brazilian, who's probably now, what, 40-odd. He's put on the pounds. There they go.
He was a world-class player, though.
He was in his time, yeah, definitely. He had injuries, didn't he, that kind of hampered the length of that career of his.
Oh, it's not like Connor Wickham at all, that.
Antinuio just gets fouled, I thought, there by Tom Lees, who jumped over the top of him, used him as a launch pad. Oh, Austin gets caught there.
No,
Wednesday penalised for the challenge by Chris Maguire. Seems a fair one.
Wednesday are ratting again. I mean, as I said before in the last home game, this midfield four, you couldn't ever see this being picked while Dave Jones was in charge. But I'll tell you what, they do put a shift in.
Ball shot forward by Leeds, and it's going to need some defending done, and it is done by Liam Palmer. First time he kicks it into the stand. Leeds will try and get on with things with a throw. Simon has got in touch on Skype. I'll tell you what he had to say in a moment as we wait for this throw to be taken. It's thrown there towards Leeds United's number 8, which is Austin. He tried to get away from Semedo, but fails to do anything meaningful with it. And it's going to be a goal kick. As Simon said, afternoon gents, just got in for the goal. He went looking for a bar with the game on out here, but was out of luck. So he's having to make do with us by the sounds of things. But please, whereabouts are you? According to your Skype, you're in Chesterfield. I don't think that's where he is. I think he must be away somewhere.
Maybe they don't have Sky in Chesterfield.
I don't know. Used to work in Chesterfield. I'm sure they do. All just headed away there. Connor Wickham battling away, not always falling for him so far today, but give him half a chance. He had that effort just past the post about 5 or 6 minutes ago as Kieran Lee goes on looking to get possession. He tries to lift it, but he was always on the stretch to try and do anything with it. It's run through for Paddy Kenny. A few fans calling for a free kick there.
Good move by Wednesday again. It's a strange header from Leuven.
Yeah, just up in the air, and it's brought down by McCormack. He's managed to make a bit of time and space for himself out on that left-hand side. He's then dispossessed. Wednesday looking for the throw, though, but it won't go their way. Liam Palmer, unfortunate. The call goes against him. It's thrown down here towards Mowat. Cleared away by Glenn Lubens, but only as far as Mowat. Wednesday should get it again because Semedo was pushed over by the youngster. He's in Dubai, by the way, not Chesterfield.
Right.
Bit of a difference.
Yeah. I'd like to go to Dubai.
Well, I'm sure he'll sort you out some all expenses paid holiday. He's just actually getting on the blower now to sort it out.
Can't believe he's not done it already.
Twinned with Chesterfield, he said.
Nice one.
Chess Vegas. Ball just sent forward. It's flicked on there again. Ati Nuya is winning all the headers, isn't he, today? He's having a really good impact in this game. 28 minutes gone.
Well, I mean, I like the fact that he tries to bring the ball down and, you know, and not just heading it everywhere and flicking it on, but I think sometimes you do have to go and get your head onto it, and that was, he got really well then, and
Reader Johnson throws that one towards Connor Wickham, spins and turn, gets the crossover. And it comes to a Leeds United defender, which is Tom Lees, who clears it. Intercepted on the halfway line, up in the air it was from Ayera. He's managed to find Reader Johnson, who goes back towards the Spaniard. Again, he lifts up in the air, looking to find Magoma. Goes back towards Wednesday centre-half, who sort of collides really with Ross McCormack, who slowly gets back on his feet.
He was lucky to get away with it there, Liera. I think Leeds fans wanted a free kick. I can understand why.
Afternoon, gents. No cooking today, bit nervous. Lovely weather here on Easter Island. A little less nervous now, though, said Daryl Goddard, who got in touch with us, you might recall, on New Year's Day, talking about his ducks that he was cooking. Ball worked out towards the left-hand side.
Come on, referee, that's a foul.
And Leeds keeping possession only temporarily because Wednesday are just in at them so quickly. Did manage to get possession that time, but Semedo's there just to tidy up. They're not giving him a moment's peace on the ball, are they?
Okay, unlucky.
Trying to work that one forward for Kieran Lee.
There's offside, well done, Leuven's.
Leuven's frustrating Ross McCormack. I thought it was going to be key. I always remember one of Paul Sturrock's first sort of key fixtures when we got into the Championship was a game against Leeds United, and you know, we made them really work for the result. I think it was a draw that night, wasn't it? You just got to get in the faces, haven't you, in a game like this in particular, but in any game really. If you don't give the opposition time and space, they're going to get frustrated.
I think there's still more to come from Wednesday. You know, we've got one in front, but what I don't want to see is do we sit back on it.
I've just given the ball away there, and it's going to be cleared away by Danny Pugh.
We're not really seeing Connor Wickham get into the game yet.
No, he's been the one that probably of Wednesday's attackers has been less effective. It's played forward here by Chris Kirkland, brought down brilliantly by Kieran Lee inside Leeds' half.
It's a good touch, that.
McGuire had to dig it out a little bit. Now here's Ayera, comes across towards Reader Johnson, swings it forward. He's looking for Connor Wickham. Again,
he's been held.
Yeah, somebody right up his backside. It was Pearce, but Wednesday have picked up the loose ball. Will it be kept in here by McGomer? It will. He'll send the cross back into the middle. A little flicked header from Connor Wickham. Should he have left that Fatty Newey behind him?
Well, I think there was a defender behind Connor Wickham, and there was a defender in between Wickham and Newey. I think he's had a go at trying to help it on, and it's good play again. Leeds still looking nervy.
Yep.
You know, give the ball away there too easily. McGomer's done well.
Darryl said pleased that Louvens is alive and awake today, unlike against Macclesfield. He's not put a foot wrong as of yet, but that's not tempt fate. And just one more comment from Simon saying, more than welcome, John, to join him in Dubai. Couldn't afford your expenses, though. Maradona living out here these days. Think he'll remember you?
Probably not. Don't know why. Oh dear, kept it in for Leeds.
Yeah, Chris Maguire kept the ball in play, but that was a mistake because it's allowed Leeds to break forward with Cameron Stewart trying to run at Wednesday's fullback Liam Palmer. It's come off his heel, but actually it's not going to be a corner. It's going to be a goal kick.
Can't believe that. I thought that was a corner. To be fair,
and the ricochet falling kindly for us on that occasion.
Yeah, Chris Maguire working hard to keep the ball in, but unfortunately he did Leeds United's job for them. So Chris Maguire just drifted out of the game a little bit at the moment. Started off really well, lots of involvement. The game just slowed down. The tempo's a little bit slow.
Darren's got in touch. Don't worry, Rob. The Owls Talk crew are listening in. Chat crew, that is. So we have got an audience today. That's good to hear. Looking for the flick on here by Semedo. And he finds Tom Lees, who turns it forward, and out comes Chris Kirkland to take charge of the situation. As Yera was a little bit hesitant again. He has had a nervy first half, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, I don't think what he did was actually wrong there. He's tried to let that ball go, and under soft pitch, the ball's not ran through to Chris Kirkland, but
there's a little push there, by the way, from Reader Johnson, I thought, on Kebe, and he's lucky to get away with that one. I thought seemed to nudge him in the back.
Yeah, we've seen those given.
It's just going to be a goal kick, though. That's the outcome, which is good news for us. Brian's happy, says get in. Brian, by the way, you get a little name check in the programme for the Macclesfield replay. I've done a piece this week, so look out for that if you get a copy sent over to you in New Jersey. Ball just worked forward, and that one is just kicked away by Pearce. Up in the air, looping header from Liam Palmer. Wednesday get it back in their own half with Chris Maguire. He's having to drop in at times, isn't he, just to help out. Not always getting as far forward as he probably would like.
Good play.
Working hard for the team as Semedo works it across now onto the left-hand side. Reader Johnson just slots it in towards Magoma, and then turned forward by Yera over the head of Connor Wickham. And Leeds United turn it forward with Kebe linking up with McCormack, and now charging forward is Austin. Austin looking to take on Yera, tries the sliding tackle, doesn't get there. It's turned back towards the edge of the box, but Kieran Lee's taken the ball before anyone in a yellow jersey could do anything meaningful with it. Cameron Stewart was the nearest man to him, but Wednesday with Liam Palmer go inside.
Good turn.
Lovely turn it was from Chris Maguire. Over towards the left-hand side. Lots of space here for Reader Johnson to work in. He'll lay it off towards Connor Wickham. Goes back towards Chris Maguire. He's going to have a go, from range. A great hit that was from Chris Maguire. It was not held on by Paddy Kenny. Such was the power. Turned back towards Reader Johnson. Just sort of dinks it towards the edge of the area, but didn't really target anyone in particular with that ball, I didn't feel. And now Leeds can break on us. But what a save that was. Paddy Kenny from the strike from Maguire.
Foul given to
Leeds get a free kick.
Great strike from Maguire. Come back into the game last few minutes. Good turn from him in the centre of the park, just to get Reader all the space down this side, and he found him again. Another good shot.
He has got a good strike on him, Chris Maguire. You might have seen the goal he scored for Scotland when he scored from the halfway line. Love him to do that again. Well, Semedo's just
misunderstanding. All right, let's get on with it.
Saying to Magoma, you were supposed to go there, and he didn't, and it went out of play.
Let's get on with it.
Mix-up, but the ball is quickly back in play, and Wednesday have got it back with Magoma, but then he gives it away towards Austin. Back it goes for Peltier. Shows good composure. He's going to look to try and get the cross in. He cuts Wednesday inside a few times there, and then sends the cross in, but too close to the goalkeeper. He did the initial approach work well, but then the cross wasn't so good. Palmer plays it long. Should be dealt with by Pearce. It is, but only heads it as far as Chris Maguire, trying to take on Danny Pugh, and Wednesday get a throw. Belgrade Owl is watching the telly and listening to player as well. As the sound travels faster than pitches. Wednesday coming forward with Liam Palmer. Works it towards Connor Wickham, tries the snapshot first time. It was blocked on the edge of the area by Lees. Tom Lees, that is. And then clobbered away here by Peltier. Up in the air from the clearance from Yera. Puts it into touch for a throw in by the benches. Belgrade Owl just saying maybe we haven't been getting in touch because they don't want to interrupt my work. Good thinking that. Making me look down at my laptop when I could miss a key moment in what has been quite excitable, really, this Yorkshire derby. For the first 36 minutes, certainly Wednesday can be pleased with their contribution, leading thanks to that goal from Reader Johnson. But Leeds are coming forward now down the left-hand side. Danny Pugh lays it off towards Austin, who manages to find Lees, who's got a lot of space, and he might go it alone here. Well, he thought about the shot, but then decides to lay off towards Mowat. It was blocked by Louvens. Maybe if the centre-half had more confidence, he would have hit it himself.
Well, yeah, he's been allowed to run a long, long way. We were very, very deep. And that's the worry that we, because we've got that 1-0 lead, that we try and defend it. I think we've got to try and get a second goal, as we did against Blackpool.
Out towards the right-hand side. It's taken on the chest here by Peltier. Gets past the Wednesday player, which was Magoma, but it's just headed away by Liam Palmer. The ball travelled across the area, and on the other side of the box, it was headed away by Palmer.
Terrific cross from Peltier, to be fair to him.
He's played quite well, actually, the right-back so far. Leeds with Lees. Just works this one back into the middle of the defensive trio. Zaluska manages to find the other side of Pearce. Pearce will get the ball back here from Pugh, but they've gone back towards Zaluska, the former Hearts man. Just stabs it in towards Austin, gets it back. Now they go the other way with Mowat on the right-hand side. Mowat finds Austin, chasing shadows a little bit there with Semedo, but Wednesday won't give in, and Semedo gets the ball in the end. His persistence paid off, and now Connor Wickham has the chance to charge forward down this left-hand side. Connor Wickham goes one way. Can he go the other with a strike? He can't quite get the power there, but it is saved by Paddy Kenny, and it was on target.
Well, we've got to start again. It's a great run by Connor Wickham. Just couldn't get the shot at the end of it.
Played forward by Leeds United. They find McCormack right-hand side, but Yera this time does really well, stands his ground and makes the tackle, then completes the clearance, finds Magoma, who falls to the ground, but he was tangling up a little bit with Peltier, but Wednesday able to break on Leeds. It's back here with Nuio, still inside Wednesday's own half. Needs to be careful, Louvens, he was a little bit casual, gives it in towards Kieran Lee. Back it goes towards Nuio, again a crunching tackle. Wednesday, I thought, were a little bit slack in that passage of play.
Yeah.
It was showboating somewhat.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass to Nuiu when he was slow. You know, it didn't look as...
Well, Maguire chases in on the goalkeeper from the back pass, and he puts pressure on Kenny, who has a go at his defender. It's going to be a throw for Sheffield Wednesday, level with the edge of the Leeds United penalty box.
They are working very hard. Can't follow the work rate at the moment. Closing down well. It's a great run from Connor Wickham, but just couldn't get the power behind the shot. I think he really got it out of his feet and in the position to get the shot off.
Kieran Lee lays it off towards Semedo. Oh, that pass was a little bit casual again from Reader Johnson. Found Yera, went long, headed away by Pearce.
Well, again,
and now Kebe.
So he's gone for the diagonal again, but somebody's got to be there. I think when you've got to appreciate that that's where he's going to put the ball.
Now it turns brilliantly, and that was a little bit late from Louvens. He's down on the floor himself. He caught McCormack though, and I think that's probably just to mask the fact that it's a free kick and he's going to get a yellow card potentially. He's hurt himself as Luvens. Maybe I'm doing him a disservice. But it will be a free kick, I think, for Leeds here.
I've just looked at the bench and just looking earlier on, and I think that could possibly be a position that would struggle to fill.
Well, you'd have to put Reader across.
Yeah, that's probably the only.
And Jeremy Alhambra going at left back.
Or Matic.
Yeah, he's got two options here. Yeah, of course Reader did start. That's what I actually made the mistake when he scored the goal. He started as a centre half with us. We forget that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Luvens has been booked. He's going to have to come off, which is going to leave us one down for this free kick.
Of course, at 1-0, the game is still very open, even though Wednesday have been the better of the two sides. We don't want to concede here just before half-time. That'll give Leeds something to really have a go at in the second, and there is a card I've just seen shown there towards Luvens after he got back to his feet. So that's both centre-halves now with the yellow card.
Yeah.
So walking a little bit of a tightrope.
Yeah.
So Luvens will have to return when he's given the order after this free kick. Here's a message from Skeggy. Can't get to the game today, but enjoying what he's hearing. Can I give my love to the Ledger family? That's Dave, who's in sunny Siegness. Too many S's in that word for me.
I'm not sure we need a wall from that distance.
There's a two-man wall. One is Semedo, Maguire's the other. And it looks like, is that Peltier or is that Cameron Stewart, in fact, I think, who's standing on it. He's going to take the free kick. He puts it into the box, and the header comes in. Goes wide of the post.
The offside had already gone up.
The flag was up there. I think it was Tom Lees who won the header.
We're a lot better organised, aren't we, from these set pieces, you know. I always think it's really important to keep out as far as you can. It allows your goalkeeper to come out. Anything over hit, straight on. Chris Kirkland's onto it. Again, like, obviously, Leeds United have just tried to sneak that extra yard. You catch people offside.
But in this performance we've seen so far, there's been kind of, I suppose, the bare minimum you kind of expect from Wednesday. That the hard work and, you know, the tempo's been good. You know, I know it seems like sort of basic stuff, but it was been missing for large periods of the season.
Been missing big style. You know, that's why I think that okay, we might not be champions or, you know, going for the playoffs, but I certainly don't think we're a bottom three team. And I think Stuart Gray's done a good job so far. Now, if he gets the result today, you could see that Stuart would be appointed.
Yeah, I would have thought so. So far, so good. But we've just lost a ball here. We need to be careful. Austin works it forward. It's going to be Danny Pugh trying to turn. That would be sod's law if he returns to score against us. Austin plays it across towards the right-hand side. With Peltier trying to take on his man, but he's going nowhere, and Reader Johnson just clobbers that one. He hammers it up towards the halfway line. Atinuio will give chase, but it's going to be dealt with here by Pearce. Touches it back for Paddy Kenny. He's trying to play it out from the back and finds,
pass, to be fair to Paddy Kenny.
Yeah, finds Tom Lees.
A couple of times he's hit balls out there really well.
And then it's just chucked over from one side to the other, just trying to target that left-hand side, but Liam Palmer got his header in.
Well, Leeds slowly creeping back into this game, possession-wise. Wednesday dropping to the edge of the 18. I really don't want to see this for the whole of the second half. You want to see Wednesday coming out, you know, and creating more attacking options. At the moment, we're allowing Leeds possession. And
well done, Reader Johnson, though. He got in really quickly to stop Austin. Now we can hit them on the counter-attack. Left-hand side, Connor Wickham coming forward, has options, and he lays it off to the best option, which is going to be a chance for Wednesday to put it Kieran Lee with the cross. He ran into the channel, and then rather than going it alone, which he could have done, he squared it across the 6-yard area, and Atinuio on the slide puts it into the net, and in 44 minutes, Wednesday now lead 2-0 against Leeds United.
Well, it was Leeds United that had all the possession the last 5-10 minutes or so. Wednesday countered from deep, the 3 minutes at a time, but what a counter-attack that was. Reader's there. Knew he had got there, Connor Wickham. And what a great little ball from Kieran Lee. Unselfish, he sees Paddy Kenny coming out, squares it, and there's Newey just to put that ball into that empty net, and that gives Wednesday a little cushion.
I had to double take for a moment because Kieran Lee was on that left-hand side and charging forward, but he did ever so well. Other players might have gone alone there.
Well, he did exactly right. He did exactly the right thing.
Great time to score that second, and Wednesday driving forward again with Magoma. Lays it off. Will he find Connor Wickham? Not quite. But that just gives us, as I say, that extra security as we head towards the half-time interval. Here is Chris Maguire going back for Liam Palmer. Wednesday playing some good football now. And they're going to get a throw in here, aren't they, on the right-hand side in front of the North stand.
I just hope it encourages not to sit back in the second half.
Oh, Austin took the ball off us there for a second, and they've got it over towards the right back. Peltier turns it back for Tom Lees. Lees is just trying to carry it forward. I can see what Eddie Gray was saying though about their defenders, that they don't look like they've got, for want of a better word, a meathead. That they look too nice, those three centre halves.
They look as though, I mean, they just look as though they're not organised. They don't look confident. They look nervy. You know, Wednesday under Stuart Gray have been well organised and well drilled, and I think that sometimes players love to know what the job is.
Well, Sheffield Wednesday leading 2-0 as we approach the half-time interval, and the Owls certainly will be pleased with their efforts in this first 45 minutes. As I say, it's important that we don't drop off in the second half. But I remember the game at Ellen Road I was listening to actually on the radio. I wasn't at the game last season, where you could kind of sense that Leeds were getting into the game, and they got that first and the momentum took it, so they won it. Was it 2 goals from Luke Varney, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went to the game last year. I think Jermaine Johnson.
He went off, and that was a big blow for us.
I think he scored.
Yeah, and then he got injured.
And but in the last 5, 10, 15 minutes of that game, you know, I think we'd got the big centre forward.
Steve Howard, yeah.
Steve Howard, he smashed one into the post, and you know, we had several chances, and we're really unlucky to come away with nothing that day.
Well, just walking pace here from Wednesday with Magoma. Magoma lays that one back. Now he's going across to the right-hand side now with Liam Palmer.
Good turn, good turn.
And it's a chance now for Liam Palmer! Oh, it hits the post, and it went on the wrong side of the goal. For a second, I thought it just crept in between Paddy Kenny, but not quite, and the post. It is half-time, but action right at the finish, and certainly Wednesday deserved that round of applause that they're receiving from their fans.
I just wonder whether or not Liam Palmer could have done Kieran Lee and just put it inside 5 yards. I'm not sure who the Wednesday player was there, but okay, well, anyway, he's made his choice, it's gone, but that's a good first half from Wednesday. As I said, I thought Leeds were just going to try it, we're just starting to get back in the game. Superb time to get that second goal. Vital 45 minutes.
We're underway then. Leeds working it forward with McCormack just slotting out towards the right-hand side over the top of Reedy Johnson's head. He's trying to watch this away. Will he succeed? It's still not out of play. Well, the flag's gone up for a bit of tugging there from Keve.
Reedy Johnson stronger than the air.
Just a little. You really wouldn't want to try and pull Reedy Johnson out of the way, because I don't think he'd win that.
Just seen the replay of Reeder's goal, and he was well onside.
Yep.
It just looked as though the Leeds defender who was closest to him might have just toe poked it, and sent Paddy Kenny the wrong way.
He did just seem to delay. I don't know whether he just got a little bit startled by how much time and space he had.
I think they both might have actually.
Hang a bit of a coming together here.
Yeah. Reeder's the one who's gone down.
Yeah, Reeder's suffering. I mean, that's the worry. It might just turn a little bit.
It was a little bit late
in the second half.
It was a little bit late. I'm not sure who the Leeds player is. Till I get my new eye.
Yes, sir. He's in for an op this week. And, well, Chris Kirkland's come out of his goal as well here.
Well,
Kirkland doesn't need to be there, does he? And there's a red card. Well, I'm just trying to make sense of what's happening, because I'll be honest, we all took our eye off the ball a little bit.
Well, I just saw Reader going for the header, and the next minute I think he's on.
Is it McCormack? I'm just trying to work out who's got his marching orders. Someone type it if you saw it, because you're watching the pictures perhaps with us. But there is a red card. Why is Chris Kirkland out of his goal? I don't understand that.
I think he's calming things down with a Leeds player there, or apologising. But Reader's still on the floor. I don't think it is Coleman.
No, it isn't. It's one of the defenders, isn't it? Is that Pearce? Turn round so I can see your number. I think it's Pearce. It's one of the centre halves, isn't it? Either way, they are down to 10 men. Well, Reader Johnson's just going to be okay. He's just having a little bit of treatment. He's standing on the sidelines. But Leeds reduced to 10 men, so their problems have just got 10 times worse. The only man who didn't get involved in that incident was Paddy Kenny. He stayed away from it. Tom Lees it was who got dismissed. So it was right there, it was a centre-half. So Leeds United will have to cope with one less. Reader's going to be okay to come back on as Chris Kirkland sends this one forward up towards Atinuiu. Jimmy Kebe looks to launch a run down the right-hand side. He just had his ankle clipped there by Atinuiu. Just laid off here towards Miguel Yera, returns it to his goalkeeper. Kirkland goes long, just leaves that one as the centre-half. Zaluska runs it over the top for Paddy Kenny to take it. It can work two ways of sending off like that though, can't it?
Yeah.
Could galvanise them as well. I hope they capitulate. That's the other alternative.
Well, they don't look as though they have at the moment. They're still giving it a go, and it looks like it's a 3-3-3.
Cleared away by Yera. Could be dealt with, well I say, by Zaluska. It wasn't, because it was taken off his toes by Conor Wickham, but the defender managed to get back and make a block to save his own bacon. Glenn Lubens, though, takes hold of possession for Wednesday inside Leeds territory. The Owls attacking the Kop end this half. Here's Kieran Lee. Kieran Lee towards Chris Maguire. He's going to look to take on Danny Pugh. Stands his ground and the ball comes off the Scott last. It's going to be a throw in for Leeds. Taken quickly by Pugh. Sent forward by Pearce. Pearce goes long in towards Cormac, and then Reader Johnson steps forward. A marauding run, and he just gets into a little bit of a tangle.
Gets back up though.
He does, he bounces straight back up, and Wednesday's got the ball.
Reader's on a mission.
Magoma into the feet here of Conor Wickham. Little back heel trying to find Magoma. Back it goes towards Conor Wickham. Oh, yes! He scored again! The ball goes past Paddy Kenny. He couldn't keep it out. He might be a little bit disappointed, but you know what? I'm not. It's 3-0 against our West Yorkshire rivals, Leeds United. The Owls are absolutely loving this.
What a superb strike by Conor Wickham. I had no idea. I mean, left-footed. He smashed that ball, and right, okay, we can look at Paddy Kenny. I think that ball's just beating him for pace. I think he got his fingertips to it. He's pushed it onto the post. I thought he'd actually saved it, and it's just caught the inside of the post. That is possibly Conor Wickham's best goal for Wednesday, and he's had some good ones.
Not bad for someone who's had a bit of a quiet game.
Yeah, what a superb goal.
And he just keeps doing the business for Sheffield Wednesday. Conor Wickham, 3-0. And if there was any doubt shortly about the scoreline, and we were talking about whether that sending off might just galvanise Leeds, a sort of siege mentality, a goal so quickly afterwards will knock the stuffing out of them.
Well,
and then a tackle, Chris Maguire, I think, has just fouled Cameron Stewart.
see, I'm always, there's 40 minutes left, so I'm still clean sheet now. This is what I'll be saying to the back four. It's a clean sheet. There's no way you don't concede a goal. Don't concede anything.
Danny Pugh just pops the ball forward. It's headed into Wednesday's box, but cleared away by Glenn Lubens. It comes back down towards Semedo on the edge of the area. works it towards Reader Johnson, tries to find Magoma on the stretch, he can't get there, it's a throw-in for Leeds.
Like you said before half-time, you mentioned showboating, nothing. You know, we're going to do a professional job in this second half. We're going to make sure that we get those 3 points. We're going to make sure we keep a clean sheet. We're going to try and add. With a back four, that's going to be their target and their goal. No goals against.
Definitely, we've had a few clean sheets after waiting such a long time for one, as Chris Maguire, he puts a challenge on Danny Pugh, and Pugh hurt himself.
I think that's the linesman is 10 yards in front and he's given nothing. The referee's he's looking at it from the wrong side.
Chris Maguire's got a yellow card for that. It's a free kick. He didn't seem to have any qualms about it. And of course, let's not forget, Danny Pugh would have been a colleague of Chris's last season. He was on loan, wasn't he? You've forgotten him. He did quite a steady job, I thought, during his loan spell. He's gone back to Leeds and actually won his place back after Neil Warnock's departure. He was right out of favour when Warnock was managing. Flicked on by Kebe, trying to find Cormac, I forgot his name for a second. Wednesday got it back anyway on the halfway line. It's with Atinuiu. Chris Maguire. Maguire turns backwards and gives it for Palmer. Palmer, brilliant skill just to turn his man inside out, and he goes the other way and then seemed to be tripped. Yeah, he was by Austin.
I meant to do that, Liam, but 52 minutes, Sheffield Wednesday 3, Leeds 0, and I don't think we've said that before this season about any side.
Well, they've dished out a few hidings on us over the years, so maybe we can get 6 or something like that. That'd be nice. The one where Gordon Watson did that comical dive to win the penalty where we got a consolation. Goes backwards towards Chris Kirkland.
That work rate's got to keep up, you know, not drop. It's got to keep up. We've got a derby, a Yorkshire derby. We've got the cameras here. We need to put a display on.
A few goals to put on the replays, highlight programmes. Comes back towards our defence, and Kebe just tries to lift it on, but it's going to be dealt with surely here by Yera, down by the corner flag. He gives it in towards Rudy Johnson, a bit too strong really that pass, but we've still got it. Here's Magoma, again it's with Yera, playing it long, trying to find Connor Wickham, but the defender got in front, but it's dropped down towards Kieran Lee, knocks it on again in towards Connor Wickham. Can he get his second of the game? He has support, he gives it to Chris Maguire. Maguire lays it off, back it goes towards Connor Wickham. He's going to try and hit one, it's blocked off, he was on the left foot again. Wednesday just keep trying to force it.
I nearly got that one.
Breaking the other way though, here is McCormack spinning one way, then the other. Works it across towards Kebe, but it's red. It's the danger by Reader Johnson. I don't call him Reader for nothing, as he looks to carry this one forward. It goes towards Chris Maguire, in fact Connor Wickham, who screws the ball over the top towards Magoma. Magoma just about keeps it in play, goes backwards for Connor Wickham, he's in the area. And the ball was touched back by Kebe to his goalkeeper on the stretch. Kenny dealt with it. Albert's up very early in Phoenix. Keep up the pressure, he says on the Skype. Wednesday doing that. Apparently the Charlton Barnsley game has been postponed, according to Patrick. So Charlton will stay below us today, irrespective, you would have thought. Wednesday just need to, as you say, see the job through. 3-0 they are. No sign of any changes from Leeds though. Made any alterations yet, despite the fact they're a man down and 3 goals down. Semedo with a header. Peltier was in quickly.
Offside.
Kieran Lee lifts it on, but an offside flag goes up as Connor Wickham tries to bring that one down.
Possibly half a yard. I tell you what, if he stayed on his own half, and Leeds had pushed up, it might be a ball for him to run to. I certainly think there's more goals in this game.
Definitely, it's very open, isn't it? I mean open from probably a Wednesday attacking sense, because Wednesday have defended so far pretty well, apart from a few little errors, if you will, or lapses of concentration in that first half. Thrown forward by Liam Palmer. And he's just tied out to New Year. He brings it down, but he just turns it inside there towards Austin. Chucked up in the air, but headed away by Glenn Louvens. Again, the header comes in from number 24, Zaluska, turning it back towards the Wednesday defence, but we hammer it away over the top. Paddy Kenny should deal with this one. Blocked off there was Chris Maguire.
Why is that not a foul, though?
Well, I know. And obviously, Maguire can't afford to get involved in too many tangles because he has got a yellow card as well to his name. But he seemed to be obstructed.
Well, that is the thing, isn't it, that the referee might try and even things up. I'm not saying he will, because I think he's refereed really well so far.
The referee is Lee Probert, Premier League referee, isn't he? Lee Probert. Leeds United with McCormack left-hand side, screws the cross into the middle, out comes Chris Kirkland, makes a confident catch. Kebe was the only man to really target though for McCormack. They rolled it out of Wednesday to the left-hand side with Reader Johnson. Reader Johnson comes forward, lays it off for Magoma, goes one way and then the other, and he leaves his man for dead, but Kebe's having to work hard on the defensive at the moment. He's not really got to show his attacking prowess in this game. Here's Palmer, works it inside there for Maguire, trying to find Palmer again, but the defender's going to block it off and it's going to be a goal kick.
I think Conor Wickham could have controlled that. He tried to allow it for Liam Palmer.
Keith's out there in Indonesia, came over for Christmas and went to all the home games, and today's performance is no surprise. The boys were fantastic in the game against Blackpool, says Keith, who's an
good skill.
Works up Howell as Wednesday bring the ball down here. Great over the top by Maguire. A chance now for Kieran Lee. The angle's gone away a little bit, and he hits the ball at, I think it was Austin who was back there defending. But he gets it back because Leeds give it away sloppily. It's a chance on the edge of the box for Conor Wickham again. Rising this time on the left-footed hit. But they're giving the ball back to Wednesday very easily.
Yeah. They'll be disappointed, Conor Wickham. He's just launched that as hard as he can.
Bit of a wild swing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just got underneath it, but there's no doubt in the previous shot. Stuart Gray going mad, he's wanting Nahuyu and Conor Wickham to turn on and stop that short ball.
Here's Austin, lays it inside for Kebe. Kebe's got two Wednesday players surrounding him, but it's Semedo who comes away. He's coming away with the ball like he did when we won promotion from League One. He's had a really good game in the Wednesday engine room. Maguire, who's on the left-hand side, seeking the ball. Options for Wednesday to aim for. Maguire gets it now, lays it back towards Kieran Lee. Ole's ringing round Hillsborough now as Wednesday play the passing game. Goes into Maguire, out towards Liam Palmer, cuts inside, he's looking to take his man on, and he works it through towards Conor Wickham. A little bit too much on it, and Kenny will get it first.
It's good play from Wednesday, confident play, and it just seems a happier place to be.
Reece was saying we needed to keep up the work rate in the second half and all would be good. That was what he said at half-time. It's his best I've seen Wednesday play for a long while. He's also in the USA. I was watching in the US, but he's actually living in Canada. Up the Owls, John's the man. The man having the operation this week. It's all right. He just said John's the man. I said, yeah, the man having the operation on Tuesday and missing the game potentially against Macclesfield, leaving me on my top.
I am missing the game.
Yes, I know.
Sorry. I didn't know.
That's all right.
Not having done though. I want to get it done.
Exactly. As you can see, more of this champagne football for the rest of the season. If this is the standard,
well, why shouldn't it be?
Why shouldn't it be indeed? Certainly heading in the right direction. This. And we've been saying that for the last few games. Blackpool was good as well, let's not forget.
Second half, yeah, especially.
Out towards the right-hand side with Peltier. Plays it in towards Gebe, who just knocks it out of play. Their new signings haven't really had a great start to life, those Leeds players.
I have to feel a bit sorry for them. The new players, they don't really probably know anybody. They've just been thrown in at the deep end.
Kebe's won it back, but maybe there's still life in him. He's probably the better of the two, I have to say. Stewart's been quiet. Ruben Johnson just won't worry about that. It's going to run out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Sheffield Wednesday. Is Lee Bullen just going across to have a word with a substitute? He's had enough. He's decided to call it a day. He's got other business interests. He needs to obviously look after his property. He's having a word with the Wednesday sub there. So there's going to be a change for the Owls shortly. Lavery's going to come on.
Is he?
The youngster recalled, of course, from Plymouth this week, just to give us more options in an attacking sense.
That'd be interesting then to see the young lad come on. But you'd presume that he's going to come on for New Year.
Just worked over the top as Connor Wickham gives chase, but it's put away for a throw on Leeds United. It'll be good for him to get a good half hour to show us what he can do. He's obviously confident, scored 3 goals for Plymouth. With Antonio having been ruled out for 3 or 4 weeks, or maybe more, with that reoccurrence of a knee problem. It made sense for Wednesday to bolster their attacking options and use one of their own. Antinuyu lays it off towards Palmer, out towards the right-hand side, an attempted cross from Chris Maguire, just spoons off a Leeds defender and runs back towards Paddy Kenny.
I mean, that's excellent football, isn't it? I mean, we haven't seen that often in Hillsborough this season, over the last 2 seasons.
Lavery's coming now. Wednesday have the ball in their own half. Semedo in towards Magoma. Magoma comes forward. Kieran Lee just works it over the top. This is a chance for Liam Palmer. He missed a chance at the end of the first half, but maybe the chance has gone away because he had to cut the other way. Works it back for Kieran Lee, crosses it in towards the back post. It's drifting away and it's going to be a struggle to keep in, but Reeder does it just about. And still in. He wasn't quite sure himself as Kebe blocked it off. Goes backwards. Magoma might fancy his luck from distance. It comes off, I think, the leg there of Connor Wickham.
Yeah, didn't catch it. I mean, Liam Palmer made a superb run, but controlled it behind him. What he wanted to do was just control it in front of him.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll let him off today.
Yeah.
He's had a good game.
He has. And had that opportunity just before half-time. It's good to see him getting forward and having the confidence to get forward.
So Lavery's going to come on.
Leeds going to make a substitution
just
as
as
well.
a final word with him. I wonder what they're going to do. They've got a few striking options. Matt Smith gives them an aerial presence if they want to challenge that way. That was another thing when I was having that chat with Eddie before the game, the former Leeds coach, player and whatever else, manager, and he was saying that he was surprised that they hadn't gone with, the big man with the 2 wingers having been brought in, That might be another threat they might look to use to challenge Wednesday, but coming forward here's Magoma. He rides a few tackles and then gets fouled by Austin.
This is Wickham country.
30 yards out, and here's Wednesday's change.
So here's Nui who's coming off.
You call that one right. I wasn't going to disagree with you. I'll let you have your moment in the sun.
Oh, thank you. I got the team right before the game.
A little bit more on the same wavelength, I think, as Stuart Gray. Couldn't always work out what Dave Jones was going to do. So Lavery will get the chance. He's a little bit unfortunate in the sense that he's done well, probably not been as involved in the second half.
No, I mean, I think it's at 3-0. I don't think you would have changed it at 2-0 or 1-0. I think it's a perfect chance to have a look at Caden Lavery.
And I suppose he's our only kind of senior striker that belongs to us, and he's going to be obviously asked to go again probably Tuesday. So as you say, give Lavery a chance to try and work his magic. He's gone over towards the free kick here as well, and having a quick word with Connor Wickham. Yeah. All balls have to be knocked into my feet to get that first goal for Sheffield Wednesday. I've scored a few for Plymouth, but I want to do it here. This is the big stage.
Maybe, I'll tell you what, Paddy Kenny saved it.
Is that Chris Maguire who might fancy this one here?
Well, he's running straight.
It's going to be Maguire to hit it, and he gets in! The ball spins into the back at the net, it takes a deflection. He scored 2 special free kicks for Coventry City. Probably not quite as good as those, but it's gone in the net. And a goal for Sheffield Wednesday is always much better. We lead 4-0 against the Whites, who are taking an absolute pounding here.
It's a fluke, but we'll accept them. I don't want all our luck on one day though, like, so let's spread it out now. You know, that's is it that it's bounced off somebody in the wall. Paddy Kenny's wrong-footed, but it's just drifted into the right-hand side of Paddy Kenny's goal.
So that's 2 in 2 home games for Chris Maguire, having scored against Blackpool. He's certainly come back and made an impact. Not just his goals, his contributions also merited his return to the team.
Without a doubt. I mean, I keep saying the midfield forward. That midfield forward wouldn't have played under Dave Jones. And they're all hard working, they're all honest, they're all McGovern, new player, Smado, new player, Maguire, new, Kieran Lee, not a new player, but he's been out injured a little bit. He's gone into the centre of midfield and he's doing great.
Smado heads that one up in the air. People sometimes like try and analyse the kind of managerial situation and what have you, and say that it's just part of the old guard, if you will. But Stuart Gray's his own man, isn't he? You work for people, but it doesn't mean you agree with them. You've got a different philosophy, haven't you?
At the end of the day, the manager is the one in charge. You know?
Little layoff on the edge of the area. They will clear it away. Well done. Gear up. Manages to find Magoma. Oh, doesn't quite find Lavery there with the pass. But he's going to go forward now. Is Lavery trying to knock it inside? Kieran Lee almost got it. Wickham was also chasing forward. Have we changed our shape since that change, or is it just like
that
the
on
like?
The far side. That was not Wickham, was it?
It just looks like he's discomfort, doesn't he?
Is it Wickham?
I think so. It is.
Well, it didn't look to me as though he's going to carry on, and I wouldn't risk him 4-0. I think we've got enough options on the bench.
Any idea what he's done? It looks like a facial injury to me.
I thought he was limping.
It looks like the whole thing to his face.
You wouldn't be limping with a face.
Oh, you wouldn't. But it looks like that's what they're applying, sort of pressure to his
it's all right. If it's his
nose
face,
or something.
If it's his face, that's fine.
They say that you know, the body's connected to all these different sort of brain waves. I don't know, I'm talking nonsense here.
I wouldn't risk Convick. So we've got...
He won't want to come off though, he'll want to stay on and get a few more goals for us today.
Beaconsfield that one on Tuesday.
Can't play in that one. There's the programme. Well, we've got a little break in play, unless someone answers it quickly and I can find the programme. We've still got the stoppages, treatment has been applied. We've got Burnley away.
That's a tough game.
Yeah, and then QPR at home, and then Millwall away.
We have got actually a couple of tough games coming up. So you'd have to say it's a great 3 points today.
Conor Wickham's going to be okay. Belgrade Al says, I can't guess anything. I was really hoping for a quiet second half. We can't complain about 4-0. Take a few more quiet second halves like this. Interesting how all the goals and assists and play is coming from those players that Dave Jones and Wilkinson refused to play. Like I say, it doesn't always necessarily mean just because you're coaching the players that you're having the final say on who makes the starting 11 on a Saturday. Ball worked across in towards Pearce. Manages to find Danny Pugh. He's just keeping the possession, but we've closed down very quickly. McCormack's having to come looking for the ball. He's had a frustrating day as the Scot in attack for Leeds United. They've gone backwards here with Pearce. Did they ever make that change, or did they give up on it?
I'd have to say I think they must have made a change. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching to see what Wickham was doing. He's come back on the pitch now, so as well.
I suppose for them now, 4-0, what is it, damage limitation? You try and get some pride and get a goal back. Apparently went off Austin in that wall, that's effort. Wrong-footed Paddy Kenny from Chris Maguire, little flick attempted. Didn't quite come off there for Conor Wickham on that occasion. Yes, Sam Byron has come on for Jimmy Kebe. Just worked over the top, but it should be dealt with by Luvens. Not a great header that. Well, he headed it down, and it's resulted in a long-range shot attempted, and ironic cheers probably from all sides of Hillsborough, including the Leeds fans, from Austin from a good 35 yards out. An easy take for Chris Kirkland. Their fans not at all impressed. I think it's about 4 or 5 games now without a win for them. And all of a sudden, the pressure's building, and the expectations are building at Leeds, as they always are. They're not delivering on those. It's going to be a throw-in. When you played in front of their fans, I suppose when things are going great, they're happy, but hard crowd to please when they're not having the joy that they're expecting.
Yeah, to be fair to Leeds fans, they've got behind you at the start of every game. Really good. At the end of the game, they let you know how they felt, and then come the next game, right back behind you again.
Chris Maguire plays that one forward, and he was appealing for a free kick off Danny Pugh, doesn't get the decision. He will clear it away. He did have a nosebleed, by the way, did Conor Wickham.
Looks like JJ's going to come on for it.
I wonder if he could do his usual terrorising job on Leeds United. He's had a few good games over the years against Leeds. You mentioned that he was a live wire in that first half, scored at Ellen Road last season. I remember when he scored in a 3-2 win for Wednesday as well. Chris Brunt scored that day. McGoma's going off. He's done well again, Jack McGoma. Carroll says for 2 seasons they have benefited from very, very weak refereeing. This match is calmer and about time too. Throw here to Sheffield Wednesday as the Leeds defence gets it clear through Pearce. Thrown into the box, poor clearance again, this time from Zaluska. The Leeds should complete the clearance with Cameron Stewart, just lashes it at the legs of Liam Palmer. Really noisy, isn't it, now inside Hillsborough? Even the Leeds fans are vocal, even though they're not very happy with the scoreline. We're thrown forward here by Danny Pugh. Straight to Jermaine Johnson. He's forgetting that he no longer plays for Wednesday, and he was just worked through, and it almost resulted in a chance there for Lavery. Trying to get on the goal-scoring act. Wednesday shuck it forward with Vieira. Maguire's gone to the left-hand side now with JJ having been introduced. Here's Semedo. Will he get into the goal-scoring act? They're very rare things, those goals from Semedo. Here's Jermaine Johnson. Just to get to the byline, plays the cross in. It's a great stand-up cross. Comes back towards Conor Wickham. Again, doesn't quite get hold of it properly. Scuffs it slightly, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Get it.
Pearson on. Kick to be taken by Paddy Kenny, who's in no rush to get on with things. He's worked it short. Then it's Jason Pearce. Pearce wants to get it forward, clobbers it through the middle, but Vieira should be able to deal with this. He plays a back pass as Kirkland gets there, despite some pressure being applied by Byron. Wednesday get it forward, and Luvens stooping for it. Kieran Lee works this one backwards for Semedo. Back it goes for Vieira. Lavery. It was Chris Maguire rather than Lavery. Up towards the left-hand side. It's now with Ruda Johnson turning it back for Kieran Lee. Wednesday happy to keep hold of the ball. Working back to Chris Kirkland. Luvens offering himself for the ball short on the edge of the box. careful there. We're going to work it into the middle there with Semedo. And then on the left side of the box is Vieira. He needs just to hammer this one forward, which is what he does. Getting it up the front, looking for a little flick on. Connor Wickham, lunging challenge put in on him there. Irate Leeds players there, including the perpetrator of that challenge, which is Jason Pearce. Ball back here with Semedo, taking possession from the throw by Reader Johnson. Again, Semedo goes back into our own half. Vieira will just lay this one short for Chris Maguire. Pings it over towards Glenn Louvens, brings it down under control. Wednesday keeping the ball, and suddenly they can find their passes, which again earlier in the season we were wondering if they could pass it 2 yards. It's worked through the gap, and it might come to a Wednesday player. Out comes Paddy Kenny to prevent Lavery from getting there. Good idea though, once again. Connor Wickham.
Just thought maybe Chris Maguire might have got on the end of that as well. It was a nice ball, nicely weighted. The Leeds just blocked the runs.
Here's Jermaine Johnson. Johnson gets in a little bit tangled under his feet. It's not the greatest piece of pitch round there either. The ball doesn't quite run true as Kieran Lee brings it out of the sky. There was a high foot, I thought, in on Kieran Lee, but no free kick. And Leeds have got it, but they've gone all the way back with Peltier to Paddy Kenny. Kenny sends it forward, but he gives it straight to Reader Johnson on the halfway line. Leeds look dead and buried. They don't really have any ideas.
At the moment, it's just seen time out into both sides. I think Leeds would be happy to get in and not concede anymore. And Wednesday would be happy to get in and enjoy the 4-0. But enjoying it at the moment.
Here's Maguire towards Liam Palmer, lays it off for Semedo, works it into the gap. Well done, Chris Maguire, feeding it from a difficult position. He tried to find Reader Johnson. He almost managed to pick him out, but the defender Byron got back there, made the interception. Reader Johnson throws this one down. Goes back towards Semedo. Just turns it into our own half again. Vieira across the back line, gives it towards Louvens. We switch it to the right hand side now, controlled by Liam Palmer, slots it forward into Connor Wickham. Wickham got it tangled and he was dispossessed there by Zaluska. Lays it off now towards Byron. Leeds trying to break forward down this right hand side, and Kieran Lee's given a free kick just in from the touchline. I think preparing a third change. Jeremy Allan's going to come on.
No goals.
I think it'll be Chris Maguire. Final change. Wicket goes into the box. It's cleared away well by Reader Johnson. And now is a chance to break forward for Wednesday. It's with Lavery. He has support and Connor Wickham, but he might go it alone. It's the youngster. Yeah! Personified, and he'll be delighted with that, opening his account, and it's 5 alive for Sheffield Wednesday. Leeds are dead and buried.
Well, everything's going our way today. I mean, Caelan Lavery is round and a half the length of the pitch, looks really confident. He looks Connor Wickham-esque the way he's run. Kept himself, Wickham had supported him, and he chose to go on his own and finish. It shows a lot of confidence. And that little bit of luck again, a deflection. It hits the post. And then just gently goes over the line. An excellent goal.
I suppose you can do that as well when you're 4-0 up. You can go it alone when you've got more seasoned pros alongside you.
Still takes the confidence. Still takes that little bit. So he will have enjoyed that moment.
Definitely, and that spell at Plymouth, getting 3 goals, that again, like you say, he's been doing that for the last few weeks for Plymouth, so he's just carried on. He's just wearing a Wednesday shirt today.
Stuart Gray makes a substitution and decides to give him the last half an hour. And off comes Maguire to a standing ovation. On will come Jeremy Allan.
See, I get that change right.
Nice one, I like it. But what it does, you know, all these players now, maybe at the start of the season thought, I was a first team player and now I'm not. You know, players don't like not being in the first team. Well, they've got to step up now to get in that team. They're going to take some shifting, the players that are there. So Stuart Gray's, you know, just done a little bit of a change and put Lavery on and has responded with a goal, and that's superb.
I suppose the other thing as well that you have to say about football is so much about confidence. Leeds had a great run into the playoff zone. Now they're on a bad run and can't buy a win. Well, it does change, doesn't it? Quickly, this sport.
Friday, you know, a winning mentality and everything. You know, success breeds success. Once you get on a run, you know, you can be playing the teams at the bottom like we have. The last 2 games we've been beating Blackpool and Leeds. Yeah. You know, earlier on the season, the Oval, Millwall, all the bottom teams who came in, we couldn't beat them. Doncaster, the teams down the bottom, we couldn't buy a win. And now, to me, we looked 100 times better organised. There looks to be like a smile on the face while we're playing. There looks to be a confidence about the place. There looks to be, it's just completely, it just seems to me as though the club's being transformed. Stuart has to take massive credit for that. In fact, all the credit. Well,
definitely. You know, we were in the doldrums. Let's not make any bones about it. I think, you know, privately, probably on air, we've said that we were worried, stiff, weren't we, about our survival prospects.
You know, when Stuart Gray sends that side out, he's responsible for what goes on in that team. That's why he works so hard on the training ground. And you hear all the players saying that. And maybe he didn't have the authority when he wasn't managing. I don't know.
Well, Connor Wickham, by the way, is not wearing a numbered shirt anymore because of that nosebleed. To change his shirts because of the blood. As Lavery just works that one out towards Jermaine Johnson, who just slides on his backside, loses his balance.
I was surprised he didn't stick Elan in there, because with this pace he could have knocked it a couple of yards and Jeremy Elan was in.
It's on the halfway line here with McCormack controlling it. He just drops into Leeds' own half and then just tries to send the ball through the channel, looking for Byron to chase after it, but he's back towards the Wednesday goalkeeper. Kirkland lays it off to Reader Johnson. A bit uneasy, but finds Luvers, but we were waiting for that with Jermaine Johnson. Interception made by the number 24 Zaluska, straight through the middle. Wednesday with Vieira and then Reader Johnson managing the situation, but it is a throw-in for Leeds. 83 minutes played, 5-0 to the Owls. Was that 2-1, 2-4?
2-2, 1-2, 4 or something like that.
A little bit lower than maybe what you would expect for a match against Leeds.
I think my guess was 22,200. So
I suppose that's always the danger when you get a game that's televised as well.
Well, there's that in there, and also there's no pay on the day. You could have gone and bought a ticket in the office, but you couldn't pay to the turnstile.
Well, certainly this game has been a memorable one for the right reasons. Last season, the talk was all about other matters. I wouldn't even mention it because I don't want to repeat kind of. It was just a blot on the landscape, really. It's knocked through here by Wednesday again, with Lavery looking to make a little dart inside the 6-yard box.
I tell you what, Connor Wickham was on his own, right
back
at the
post,
far post.
yeah.
And JJ might just looked up and been able to put it on his head.
He started the move just outside the area.
I'll tell you what, he could be vital, a vital cog, Connor Wickham. I hope Sunderland sign a star striker, or 2 or 3.
There's JJ trying to get the cross in. He's done well. He's teasing and tormenting the Leeds defence and plays the cross in. It's clawed away by Kenny as it was chucked into the 6-yard box. Semedo stands firm. I was just saying, you never know, we might get Matty Fyatt back now, because Jelavic is certainly looking like he's heading towards Hull. He's been agreed for the Everton striker.
That would be brilliant. I mean, Matty Fyatt and Wickham, I mean, their combination would be fine in this division.
Worked across there towards Reader Johnson. Back inside here towards Alan. Semedo.
Surely Stuart Gray is going to be announced as the manager.
Well, it'd be a great day for him, wouldn't it? You know, not only has he seen his side produce this type of performance and score 5 goals against your big rivals, there's a chance to cross in here for Connor Wickham. He screws it back, it's JJ! Wide! First time hit, I thought that was going to be number 6. They're going through him like a knife through butter.
Well, again, Wickham, great play down that left-hand side. Pulls it back, and I mean, I'd like to see how far. I couldn't tell from where we were sat. It could have been close, it could have been 5 yards.
It was a fair way.
He's caught it well.
The sky bet board.
Yeah, okay. Maybe he just bounced up on him a little bit quicker than he anticipated.
Tried to kind of go for the spectacular first time hit. But yeah, it's going to be a great day really for Stuart. I can't see him not getting the news that he's been hoping for when he speaks to the chairman after the game.
Well, you can imagine that you've just come in, you're a brand new manager to the club, and you've had the run of results that Stuart Gray's had.
Exactly. And again, if we'd gone for, I don't know, a Holloway or whoever, you know, that the fans maybe were looking for, you know, the points return that he's clawed from these games he's been in charge, he would have taken that. He would have said, oh, he's doing a great job, wouldn't you?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, a new manager coming in, you'd have gone, oh, what a hero, he's a messiah, whatever. Well, maybe he's already here.
Exactly. Certainly looks that way.
Braithwaite walks away from the scene, the media man. He's going down to basket and glory.
Maybe he's gone to leave a little note. He's just had the call from Milan to say you've got the job, and Joe can just pass it on. That's going to be confirmed, I'm sure, off the back of this performance. It's kicked away there by Liam Palmer. It's out of play. It's going to be a throw-in.
There's 87 minutes on the scoreboard now.
We are playing the football that happened when Gray came in. Someone didn't like it and effectively screwed up our season, is what the message says on Skype, as Chris Kirkland gets taken out there by a late challenge. I think he's going to be all right. I think it's Byron, is it? Who just caught him.
To be fair, I think Byron got the ball as well.
He just hurt his knee a little bit.
I mean, there was no offside went up. There was no offside went up. Kirkland's done really well. As I said, the goal for the back four was no goals.
All together now, we want 6, says Belgrade Owl.
I like it.
We've got 2 minutes of the 90 left, and then probably, what, 3 minutes after that added on. This is the best day ever, says Simon in Dubai. Cormac has been forced to go right back. He's like one of 3 outfield players that's near their own halfway line, and that's how frustrated he must be, because he's come looking to try and start moves off. Here is Vieira. He's going to send this one forward, up towards the front it goes. Every challenge for it. He gets the ball back from Kieran Lee. Again, he tries to break into the left channel, but he was stopped in his tracks. He's done very well, hasn't he, since he come on, Avery? We'll just work backwards here. It's with Glenn Louvens.
I'll have to say, when I saw this score.
Sent it to orbit, looking to try and find Lavery again, but Jeremy Land put pressure on, and that ball just spooned off the Leeds player. It looks as though it might have gone for a corner, but it's just a goal kick.
I think he's a good player in Holland.
We just haven't seen it this season.
Just not played to his potential this year. But now he's out the side, so he's going to show it to get back in. And Magomi's doing well. I think Maguire doing well out in those positions, working hard.
Just headed forward there by Semedo, but Leeds have turned it back the other way. And there might be a chance for a consolation as McCormack lets rip from a tight angle. Well, he tried to do it on his own, but he's been leading the line on his own, so you can't blame him. Ambitious, but it rises way over the top. What a match We all hate Leeds and we all hate Leeds, etc., etc., says Rob from Oslo. I think he doesn't like Leeds. We like him for the 3 points and the scoreline that we've received today. It's been a very good day to be a Wednesdayite. Ball brought down here by JJ on the chest. Just tries to feed it through towards Kieran Lee. He'd deserve a goal for his hard work and his unselfish play in the second. Was it the second goal he set up?
Yeah.
New Year, yes. Seems a long time ago. Throw-in taken here by Liam Palmer. Another candidate you could say who deserves a goal. Hit the side netting at the end of the 45.
Two chances.
Yeah. Here's Reader Johnson. Has scored. Coming forward. He's looking to take everyone on and he almost managed to pull it off. But he ran into trouble eventually in the shape of Austin, and now breaking forward a Leeds with McCormack, but he hasn't got any support. There's about 3 Wednesday players around him, and the outcome was always going to be that the Owls would surely take possession, and they have got it. Back with Chris Kirkland. Lavery just takes it down on the chest towards Jermaine Johnson, running through the middle. He'll lay it off. It's a chance for Connor Wickham to get another one. He's second of the game. Well, it doesn't come because of a lunge in front by the defender Pearce that takes it over the top. On another day, that one loops into the back of the net, so we've had our share of lucky breaks from shots, haven't we, already?
Great defending by Pearce. I mean, as soon as Conor Wickham turned inside, I thought that's 6-0. But you have to give credit to Pearce. That was a tremendous stop.
Corner taken short by Kieran Lee, in towards Conor Wickham. We go backwards. Semedo turns it back into the area, trying to find Reader Johnson. It's cleared away. They will try and get it back with Semedo, which is what happens, and temporarily gets it and then gives it back to Leeds. They work it forward with Beltier, intercepted by Halam on the halfway line. Kieran Lee. Stevens, I'll get back to Stevens' messages. Wednesday try and get forward here. They've got a chance again with Lavery. He just spun and turned from the edge of the area and the ball arrows into the corner of the net. What an impact from the substitute. He's come back from Plymouth where he scored 3 goals. Well, he's added 2 more to it, and Wednesday have got 6 now against Leeds United without reply. What a day.
What another superb goal. Where's he been all year? Hey,
under 21s.
Caelan Lavery, I've been playing for under 21s all year. Well done, mate. Flipping, eh?
Such confidence.
Well, there was an element of luck about his first goal. There was nothing lucky about that. He struck that right into Paddy Kenny's left-hand bottom corner, found the side net. What a beautiful strike that was.
Well, Leeds have had a go from the halfway line here, and the ball goes over the top. Well, McCormack probably had their best effort of the game with that, to be honest. He's that ambitious, it's from the halfway line. That's a full-time whistle. Wednesday have won this one by 6 goals to 0. What a derby this has been. You'll remember this one for a long time to come. Wednesday have hammered Leeds in real style.